Hi guys. All right, we are still continuing our videos on our Disney vacation experience, and Sunday we went to Hollywood Studios. So Monday we went to Magic Kingdom. Um, that we watched the weather, and the week that we went, it was very rainy.
Mm-hmm.
So Monday was going to be the worst of the weather wise, and I decided to go to Magic Kingdom even though it was going to be a monsoon, and it ended up working out for our favor. You just buy a couple of ponchos
Mm-hmm.
and you just brave the rain.
It rained
Basically,
all day.
rained most of the day. Most of the day it rained, um, and there were some spots where
Yeah, a little bit,
we
but
were
it definitely
free.
rain. Oh, geez, at least until 3 in the afternoon, I would say, and
Mhm.
we got there when it
2.
opened. Yeah.
Okay, so Magic Kingdom is a huge park. What did you think of Magic Kingdom? We did manage to kind of rope drop. This one is
Mm-hmm.
not for waking up at 6 a.m. on a vacation.
On a vacation. Uh-huh.
So, we never really got to experience rope drop, but we did make it fairly early for Magic Kingdom, and we got to experience
Part of rope drop.
Part of rope drop. So, what did you think of Magic Kingdom overall?
Overall,
The scale,
it was a big park.
Mm-hmm.
It's a really big park. It was really neat. I've never been to Disney, so of course Magic Kingdom is what you think about when you think of Disney. And so the castle was really cool. Some of the areas were really cool. Overall, I thought it was a really neat park.
So we did each land. Basically, we spent a lot of our time, a lot of our morning was in Tomorrowland. Because it had more of the rides that he was interested in. So we first got no, we didn't get Joffrey's yet. We went on
Space Mountain.
Space Mountain. How did you like that?
Space Mountain was really cool.
You rode that multiple times.
Yeah, twice while I was there. Yeah, Space Mountain was awesome, and what's really cool is how old of a ride it is. It's still fun today, and that's cool.
Yes, so you really liked Space Mountain, and then we rode Buzz Lightyear, which was just like Toy Story.
I do like Toy Story better, though.
A little bit better.
I don't like because you get to pull the thing, and it feels like you're actually launching something.
They are currently redoing the Buzz Lightyear ride, so it's going to be totally brand new, same concept, but just better equipment.
Okay. That'll be nice for it.
That'll be nice for it. And then we did
we did the wheel. I'm sorry, the Carousel of Progress.
Carousel of Progress. Yeah, we did that one, and it was storming by this time.
It was, yes.
And we had some pretty nasty cast members at the Wheel of Progress. They were pretty. They
were enforcing the rules. They were enforcing their authority.
Enforcing some authority that was just kind of like not really necessary, because it was pouring down rain, and they made us go all the way around, which you could have just gone through. And it wasn't just us trying to figure out a way to get into the entrance of this ride. There were a lot of other people that were just literally trying to just step over a chain. And they got like a whole thing about not stepping over the chain. So it was an ordeal for the Carousel of Progress cast members. But and then of course we did not get to do Tron this day. But we went on to Fantasyland,
and we did the People Mover.
Oh yeah, we did the People Mover, which was fantastic. He loved the People Mover.
That was cool.
You thought it was more than what
I thought it was it was more than I thought it was gonna
More
be.
than what I
Yeah,
thought it
it
was
was
gonna be.
cool. I thought it just went around a little bit. I didn't know it went all the way through Space Mountain and everything to where it's like
Goes
pitch
through
black.
some rides.
Yeah, it goes through some rides and it was cool. That
It
was
was really-
it was pretty cool.
People really love the People Mover. Let's see. And then we went on to Fantasyland, which we rode Small World.
Mm-hmm.
What did you think of Small World?
Yeah.
You didn't really like Small World?
No.
The one in Disneyland is way better than the one in Disney World.
But I knew what it was gonna be.
Right. And then we rode Peter Pan.
Mm-hmm.
What did you think about Peter Pan's flight? Skip?
Mm-hmm.
Wow.
Well, here's the thing. So I think both of those rides are like if you went to Disney as a kid,
Mm-hmm.
you re-ride them as an adult for nostalgia purposes, and it
Mhm,
probably doesn't get old if that's how you experienced it.
Pretty
But
much.
as an adult, they're not very cool.
Okay.
I don't have anything that I remember when I was like 10.
And then
that I
we
get when I go through
rode
those.
the actual carousel, which I tried to get the Cinderella's horse,
Mm-hmm.
but a child beat me to it. So I rode next to the horse.
She was right next to
I was right next to it.
it.
I don't think this little boy knew that it was Cinderella's horse, unless he actually knew. But I was almost just about to ruin a little child's day, but I didn't. I was an adult.
At the most magical place in the world.
In the
You're
most magical
You're gonna
place in
ruin
the
his
world.
day.
I was almost there. I was almost there. And then we did not do the teacups.
Yeah, we didn't do the teacups.
We didn't do Winnie the Pooh, thank goodness. I hate that ride. And what else in Fantasyland? I think that's it.
No, we
in
did get to
Fantasyland.
tour. We kind of got lucky and got into what was it? Beauty and the Beasts,
Oh,
the
yes.
castle.
Yes, so he'd never been. But I ate at the Beast Castle, Beauty and the Beast. Before when they first opened, it was a not a buffet, but not all you can eat. It was just a grab and go, like you can get something off the menu and sit down. Now it's a whole thing where Beast is like a character, a dining experience, and we did get lucky. Now this is not something that I want everybody else to do, but if you are able and you sweet talk them and you're there, which we were, they were literally just opening up at 12 o'clock or maybe 11 for lunch, and nobody was in that restaurant. And we were able to just kind of sneak in there, and we asked for permission, and they kind of didn't want to do it, but because we were the only ones there
And they were
nobody
just,
was
yeah.
there,
Mhm.
they said, okay, you
Mhm.
can come and eat, because mainly they want you to come and eat there, spend your money so that you can see what's inside, because
Mhm.
that's the whole point.
So we didn't eat. They just let us go walk around and take
They
pictures.
let
before.
us go in and walk around,
Mhm.
and it was so cool because there was nobody in the restaurant.
was pretty cool,
So
yeah.
we had some
Yeah,
pretty
that
great
was-
pictures from that. We did Little Mermaid's Voyage.
That was neat.
Oh, you like that
That
one?
was neat.
Okay. And then we went on to the most coveted ride, the Haunted Mansion, which this one didn't really think it was all of that.
I thought it was gonna be cooler.
Wow.
I did.
You're going to get a lot of
I'm
hate.
a thrill guy.
You're going to get a lot of hate for the Haunted
That's-
Mansion,
that's
because that
okay.
is usually like, I was going to skip this ride only for personal reasons, but I was like, you know what, we're here. It's his only time.
Look, some of this stuff in there was cool to look at. It was neat, but I thought it would have been more of a thrill. I thought it would have been a little more
I
drops
thought he
and
was
stuff like
no,
that. I didn't
I
know
thought
it was
he
just
was gonna like it.
I didn't know I was gonna be on an assembly line.
Yeah, he just did not dig on the.
It was
Haunted
cool. It
Mansion.
just wasn't what I thought it was gonna be.
So then we did the Jungle Cruise.
We had a good skipper.
We had a
too.
great skipper. had a great skipper. We did the Jungle Cruise. You did Tiana's Bayou.
That was cool.
Yep.
That was really fun.
You really liked that one.
If it has drops in it, it's gonna get my vote. That's all it really takes. It doesn't. The theme is neat, but the theme could be nothing. It could be a blank wall, and if there's a drop in it, I don't think it's a cool ride.
We did not get to do Dumbo, unfortunately, and we didn't get to do the Dwarfs Mine Train.
Yes,
that one was
closed.
shut down on and off, and then it was just shut down for a long time, and we just did not get to do that one, and it had a very, very long wait. The Big Thunder Mountain was shut down. I think it's still shut down for refurbishment. So that was another roller coaster that he didn't really get to experience. And then we did the Jungle Cruise, and then we did the Tiki Room. What's your take on the Tiki Room?
The Tiki Room, that was nice. It was neat.
Okay.
It was neat. I mean, that's all I got to say about that. It was neat as an experience.
Okay, so as far as food wise, you got something that a particular vlogger gets all the time. You got a shaky Jamaican.
Oh, yes, I did.
Yeah. How was that?
It was good. It was just what I wanted. It was tame. Well, not tame. It was strong coffee, but it wasn't super sweet or anything. That's fine. That's what I like.
Black.
We didn't put any. Yeah, I didn't put any cream or sugar in it.
Yeah,
and
you can get shaky Jamaican and you can jazz it up with
and I
like.
didn't.
I didn't. I ordered it for you.
Oh, I thought you were talking about after.
No, you can get it and you can jazz it with like caramel and things like that. Like you can make it sweeter. But we just did the regular shaky Jamaican.
It was
and
good.
If you know who I'm talking about that gets shaky Jamaicans, just know that I watch you. And you had it, and that was exactly what he wanted.
That was perfect. Yeah.
His Joffrey's, his first taste of Joffrey's. First taste. And then we did not have any reservations for Magic Kingdom, but we did, however, get to sneak into Skipper's Canteen.
Oh, yeah, we did.
Oh, man, that was such a good restaurant.
It was.
I think if you have the opportunity to get a table at Skipper's Canteen, totally worth it.
Yeah.
It's definitely a high pricey dollar restaurant. We shared 2 appetizers. The waitress was not really happy about that because, you know, I guess they're on kind of like a commission business there, because she just was like, is that all we're having? And I'm like, yeah, that's all we're having. Your appetizer is $17. Like, geez.
They were good though.
I forgot what you got, but I liked what I had.
You didn't like what I got.
No, I hated what you had.
So I got the falafel.
Yeah.
And I was gonna get what she got. There were like these pork
medallion.
Yeah, pork medallion tacos. They're basically
tacos.
And they were fantastic. I was gonna get that.
They were fantastic.
But she got it, and I didn't want to get the same thing. I wish we did. In hindsight, I did. But
yeah.
I don't mind falafel, and the falafel was good. She just doesn't like the taste, and falafel is an acquired taste.
I will say, and everybody knows this restaurant is a very acquired tasting menu, because it is not like burgers and french fries and chicken and things like that. It is a exotic menu. You have to read what it is. I mean, I didn't even really quite understand what I was ordering, but I was glad because I said I thought, you know, okay, meat, cheese, taco thing. I was like, I can do that. But yeah, it was really good. The ambiance was nice in there, and if you remember the movie, then you kind of get a sense and feel that, you know, it's cute. I like it. And then you go on the ride. So that's what we did. Anything else we did?
We did Pirates.
Oh yeah, we did Pirates. What do you think about Pirates?
Pirates is cool. I like Pirates.
Because
I like Pirates of the
Caribbean. It had a
Caribbean.
tiny little drop.
And it had a little drop, so that didn't hurt it. But I like Pirates of the Caribbean regardless.
What would you rate the drops in Tiana's Bayou?
Oh, I'd give that an 8 out of 10.
Oh, intense drops.
Yeah.
Okay.
I'd
so
say 8 out of 10. Maybe
I
7
did
out
not
of
go
10.
on the ride. I've never been on that ride.
The one drop, because the other ones are smaller. Then it's got a one. Then the last one's like a 50 or 60-foot drop.
It has a 50-foot drop.
And so yeah, I would say 7 or 8 out of 10.
Okay, now I'm gonna talk about the drop in Pirates of the Caribbean because I never really realized it was a drop, but there is a slight slide down the Pirates. It doesn't take your breath away, so I'm gonna say for those of you that don't like drops and that are really, really kind of scared, and it is in the dark, it's not bad. Like, I psych myself out every time a little bit before, like, I'm just not used to it because I don't go to Disney every damn day, like some people. But I will say that, like, if you haven't been to Disney and you're not really into the drops and it's a dark ride and it's totally the drop is in the dark, it's not bad.
No,
it's not even worth gripping for or bracing for like I do. But they do take your picture on that ride, so mine was like like that. So anyway, thank you for Pirates. I can remember Pirates. I believe that is it for Magic Kingdom.
I think so, yeah.
That we didn't stay for fireworks because this one doesn't like crowds.
I don't mind the crowds. I just didn't want to have to wait 3 hours to leave the park.
Yeah. All right. And then, so Magic Kingdom overall, for a first timer.
It was cool. See, because I didn't know what to expect. So all of them were really cool for my first time. And Magic Kingdom was cool. It was cool. It wasn't...
Man, a few words.
Well...
It was cool.
I don't want to just trash it.
It was neat.
I think the other parks... I like the other parks better than Magic.
I know which park you like. But anyway.
But it's only because of the rides, you know? Like,
so, Magic Kingdom... Just it's a good overall. It's good for children. I like it the most.
Great for kids. It's great for kids.
I like it the most.
But it's got cool stuff in there for us adults too. Tomorrowland I thought was really cool. She doesn't like Tomorrowland too much.
Hated it, Tomorrowland.
But I thought that was cool.
Like Fantasyland, I like Adventure and Frontier.
I think that's another thing though with Disney, Magic Kingdom. I think is if you were there when you were little, it's so much more fun to go back to when you're an adult. Yeah. And for me, I never went when I was a kid. I mean, the first time I went was just a month ago when her and I went. So I don't have this nostalgic pull when I enter the park. So it's I'm grading
based on like somebody that you know they don't know the parks, they've never been.
Yeah, exactly.
So would you say that Magic Kingdom is like a must do?
I would say it's a must do because it's what you think of when you think of Disney. Yeah, okay. So you want to go experience that. And so for that reason, it's a must do park. Yeah.
What did you think of the wait times there?
The wait times weren't horrible. They weren't horrible really anywhere we went.
Do you think it was because of the weather? Now, we did a lot of rides like back to back to back to back at Magic Kingdom because of the weather. Mm-hmm. Everybody, when it rains, they just don't want to be at the park. Yeah,
and I don't blame them. But you know what? If you're there to ride some rides and hit that park hard, then you want it to rain because you're gonna get to do whatever you want to do. Let's say have it closed, like they have the mine trains.
Mm-hmm. All right, guys, that is it for our Magic Kingdom experience. Stay tuned for the next 2 parks. The last parks would be Animal Kingdom and Epcot. All right. See you next time.